do you think or worry about the Democrats adapting and kind of capturing that libertarian ground on these issues?
They have an opportunity to do that, and they have failed to capitalize on that opportunity. And I mean this way. The new Democratic majority didn't expect to find themselves in the majority. Governor Lynch getting reelected, not unexpected. The Democrats taking control of the state Senate here, sad, disappointing, not completely unexpected. Democrats winning the House last fall, completely unexpected even by Democrats. No one was predicting this, but we lost 89 seats in this tidal wave last fall. And with that new majority, they have had a rush and a lurch to the left on social issues, on fiscal issues, and on nanny state issues. And on the fiscal issues, we've got a state budget which is up 16%, raising taxes on a number of things. Social issues, the Democrats repealed a very moderate parental notification statute we have in New Hampshire, or had up until last week, requiring minors in cases where they're pregnant to have one parent notified before they're able to have an abortion. And then, of course, the civil unions legislation, which came through both houses of the legislature and the governor signed last week. And on the nanny state issues, we talked about the seatbelt law. You mentioned the smoking ban. They passed a $250 fine on the release of a helium balloon. They passed a measure or they considered a measure for a sugar tax to ban restaurants from using trans fats in cooking. All sorts of things that the Democrats put their faith in government and regulation, and Republicans put their trust in individuals, and so they had to they put the brakes on the seatbelt law, but it's really too late. A strong majority of the Democrats in the House voted overwhelmingly for the seatbelt ban. A majority of the Democrats in the Senate voted for the mandatory use of seatbelts. So they did feel like maybe we are going too far in branding ourselves as a party out of control, recklessly planning to regulate people's lives. And they've been trying to bring a little bit of balance to that, but it's too late, frankly. They've already voted for it. And they'll bring it up next year. It'll be motorcycle helmet laws next year. It'll be gun control laws next year. It'll be a ban on talking on cell phones while driving next year. And philosophically, the Democratic majority is in favor of all those things.
What do you want to campaign on against the Democrats on those issues you just mentioned, or on the civil unions? Which one do you think will have more resonance and help you get back the House or Senate?
Well, they'll be all together is what's going to happen. It's not going to be any one issue, although it may be in a couple of individual races, but more putting them all together about the Democrats going too far, too fast, this not being what voters had in mind when they gave Governor Lynch the Democratic majority he asked for last year, and the governor's inability to rein in, unwillingness to rein in the left wing of his party. The governor's lack of leadership. I mean, on parental notification, he didn't have an opinion until long into the process. On civil unions, he didn't have an opinion until long in the process. On the seatbelt law, he refused to give an opinion even after it was voted down by the Senate. This lack of leadership is something that's already becoming a major issue for him, and that's certainly something we're going to continue to talk about.